Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. Sometimes love doesn't seem to win. You gave your heart, you showed up with kindness, you forgave, you softened, you waited, you reached out, you tried, and it didn't change them. It didn't fix the situation. It didn't end the hurt. You were still left alone or betrayed or aching in the same place you were trying to heal. And in those moments, it can feel like love failed. But love didn't fail. What failed was the idea that love is a magic trick. That if we just love hard enough, it will bend the world to our will. What failed was the belief that love will always be visible in outcomes or reciprocated the way we hoped. What failed was the story we told ourselves about what love would do for us, instead of what it always does within us. Because the truth is, love always works. It just does. But not always the way we want it. Love doesn't always rescue us from pain. Sometimes it accompanies us through it. That's a difficult word for me. Love doesn't always save the relationship. Sometimes it saves you from losing yourself in the process. Love doesn't always stop them from hurting you, but it can stop you from becoming like them. Love is not the guarantee of an outcome. It's the commitment to a way of being, one that protects your soul even if it doesn't protect your heart. Love will still hurt. Definitely. But it won't harden you. And that's the point. If you harden, that's your choice. It's not love. When it feels like love didn't work, what we're usually saying is, I'm exhausted. I feel underappreciated. I needed this to go differently. I thought if I just loved enough, I wouldn't feel this much pain. Oh boy. Those are real, valid emotions. But love did work. It kept you soft. It helped you act with integrity. It reminded you of who you are. It gave someone else a glimpse, maybe the only glimpse of grace they'll ever see. And it connected you to something deeper than this moment. The long, ancient thread of compassion that runs through every soul brave enough to care. Even when it breaks your heart. If you're here now, hurting, doubting, wondering if it was all worth it, I want to offer this. You didn't lose. You loved. And that's the win. Even if it ended, even if it was one-sided, even if it was never seen or thanked or returned, love doesn't need to be recognized to be real. It doesn't need to be received to be worth it. That's just the facts. Because every time you choose love, you kept your thread intact. You chose not to pass the pain forward. You chose not to let hate shape you. You chose something bigger than fear, bigger than ego, and bigger than control. You chose to let love move through you, even if it didn't land where you had hoped. And that, guys, that is the most beautiful thing that a human being can do. So what do we do now? We let go of the idea that love was a failure. We grieve what didn't work. We rest. We refill. We find others who know how to love too. We learn. We stay soft but wiser. And when we're ready, we love again. Not because we're sure that it will change them, but because it changes us, guys. It keeps us human. Because it is the thread we trust, even in the dark. Because love never leaves us worse. It just doesn't. Even when it hurts. Even when it doesn't seem to work. Love is never wasted. Ever. Ever. And neither were you. Guys, I love you very, very, very much. And I say so every day. And you know what I need you to do, don't you? Go out and pass that love on, okay? Talk to you soon. Later, Gators. Bye-bye.